Good morning all. I am Nandhini working as an assistant professor in SNS College of Engineering at the Department of Computer Science and Technology. Today we are going to see a topic in IoT and that we are going to see a topic on IoT enabling technologies. What is known as an IoT enabling technologies? There are many technologies used here. First one is wireless sensor network, second one is cloud computing, third one is big data analytics, and fourth one is communication protocols. What is a wireless sensor network? Wireless sensor network is nothing but it is used for distributed devices with the sensors which are used to monitor the environmental and physical conditions. A WSN, wireless sensor network, is in short form is known as WSN, consists of a number of N nodes and routers and coordinations. And it is a N node have several sensors which is attached to them. So each node can also act as a router. These routers are responsible for data packet from N node to the coordination. A sync or a base statement acts as an interface between user and the network. Coordinate node collects the data from all the nodes. Coordination also acts as a gateway that connects the WSN to the internet. These WSNs can be measured environmental conditions such as temperature, sound, pollution levels, humidity, and using the wind. These are all being connected. In this, what is the constraints of WSN? The constraints of WSN means we must have a limited process of speed, storage capacity is less, communication of bandwidth is less. There are a lot of changes that is placed by the deployment of sensors network, which are wireless ad hoc networks. Sensor nodes communicate over wireless, lossy lines with no infrastructure, and additional changes is related to the limited usage. Non-reliable energies are being used, which is scalable. These sensor networks are vary in scale from several nodes to potential several 100,000 nodes. These levels where a node have several thousand neighbors in this transaction range. Next one is a production cost, because many deployment models consist the sensor nodes to the disposability devices. Sensor networks can compete with traditional information gathering approaches only if the individual sensor node have a very cheaper rate. Next one is a hard constraint. In that hard constraint, we can say that node needs to have a sensing unit, a processing unit, a transaction unit, and a power supply units have been used. These additional functionalities need the additional cost and increases the power consumption, physical size of the module. And next one is a sensor network topology. In that topologies, which is continue to be a network which constrain resources in terms of energy, computing power, memory, and communication capabilities. Of these constraints, energy consumption is of paramount important, because extending the lifetime of the network topology maintenance is one of the most important issue researchers of reducing energy in this. In transition media, the communication between the node is normally implemented using radio communication, because the popular ISM bands are being used here. The sensor network uses optical or infrared communication with the lateral having an advantage of robust and virtually infrared. Next one is then applications that are used in WSN. Applications that are used in WSN are military application, transaction, health application, environmental applications, air pollution monitoring, forest fire air detection, greenhouse monitoring, landslide detection, structural monitoring, industrial monitoring, and agriculture sectors have been used here, because these are the amount of things we uses here. In this, the main thing is an product cost, because the sensor nodes that are disapproval devices, these sensor nodes have a traditional information that gather approaches only if the individual sensor nodes can be produced very cheaply. The target price enriches for a sensor node should ideally be less than $1. Next is a hard constraint. In the hard constraint, cost and increase the power consumption and physical size of the node, because it must be in a low cost and low power requirements must be needed here, because this wireless sensor network consists of many sensors, because each and every sensors have been monitoring everywhere. So these sensors must be very mutual. Let us see a next example in the next video.